Good morning and happy Friday. Most of the area, current temperatures in the 20s and 30s. West Yellowstone, 4 below zero, and Dillon coming in at 16 degrees. Today we'll have mostly sunny skies. Some area will be partly cloudy, and we'll have light isolated showers that will stay confined to the mountains and just west of the divide. Now areas in southeast Montana will get mixed rain snow showers, but this system is going to be fairly mild and it'll be out of here by Saturday morning. Saturday the snow will continue, but mainly in the mountains, and you can see for yourself. We'll fast forward to Sunday at 3:30 a.m. Around the capital will be fairly dry. The west of the divide will see 1 to 3 inches, and also West Yellowstone will get up to 2 to 3 inches of that snowfall. But we do have another system that will move into the area on Tuesday, but the road conditions are starting to clear up thanks to the high pressure system. Yesterday most of the state had sunny skies, and for today Mac Pass roads are pretty clear. A little side coating of snow on the side roads for around Great Falls. Temperatures 27 degrees currently. The winds now sustain at 13 miles per hour, and it feels as if it's 16 degrees. If you were outside yesterday, that wind was whipping across the state, and that is going to be the case for today going into the weekend. Off the northern Rocky Mountain front, they'll have gusty winds, and also along the High Line. Now these windy conditions will continue on until Sunday. Sunday the wind will be the strongest throughout the week. For Great Falls, the current winds sustain at 13 miles per hour. Helena, the winds sustain at 15 miles per hour. Missoula and Butte, winds pretty calm in the eastern portion of the state, pretty calm, but Baker have some gusty winds, as well as Livingston. For today versus last year, not too bad, but the biggest difference from last year versus this year is the snowfall. We currently don't have any snowfall around Helena. Last year we had 3 to 4 inches in some areas in Helena. For wake up, you will, if you're in the western portion of the state, you'll see some light showers, and this system will be pretty minor for today. Sunbursts have slightly windy conditions, but the wind will intensify as the day continues. The sun is starting to rise around Lewistown. Townsend have clear roads as of now, and the temperatures will remain in the 30s and 40s for most of the state. Windy conditions off the northern Rocky Mountain front, but temperatures not too bad. Miles City, 50 degrees, Baker at 50 degrees as well. And for Saturday's temperatures in the 50s for most areas, capping at 48 degrees. Let's look at Sunday. We'll have a cold front. Now this cold front is going to bring minor showers, but temperatures in the 50s and the upper 50s, and yeah, portions of northeast Montana in the 60s, 60 for Glasgow, 62 for Jordan, Glendive at 58 degrees, West Yellowstone 38. Monday we'll have mixed rain, snow, 58, and that system is going to produce some accumulating snow Monday night going into Tuesday, but the state will be windy. And let's look at Great Falls. Today's highest temperature 48 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow 55 degrees, and the winds will be sustained between 15 to 25 miles per hour. Monday 60 degrees, and you're looking at it the middle of next week. Winter-like temperatures will return to the state. Phoenix is so excited about it. I can see it on her face. Yeah. For Helena, partly cloudy skies, 49 for that high. Saturday we'll have some mountain snow showers, 56. Sunday 58 degrees, and our next weather maker will be here on Tuesday.
I'll take it. I love seeing those warm temperatures. It's nice to see the snow every once in a while because we are in Montana, and yeah, I really think it's so beautiful when you see the snow falling and all of that.
Yeah, it's so bearable. I love it. I love it.
I love seeing the warm temperatures so you get a little bit of a break.
I actually like having a true winter here. Like,
yeah,
I feel like I'm getting a true winter.
But we're in spring now.
I know, but we have winter-like temperatures on the way, especially, you know, I went to college in Alabama, so I didn't have a winter for a while, so this is refreshing to have winter still.
Okay, well, we'll get a little bit of, we get both. Both of us are happy, it seems
Best
like
of both worlds.
Yeah. Overnight, a mad dash back to Washington as we speak. Lawmakers are scrambling to get back to Capitol Hill, some driving overnight after word that the $2 trillion plan, including checks for Americans, may be in jeopardy. And it's an abundance of caution. Tracy Potts with the late-breaking details.
$2 trillion on the line this morning.
It could be one vote, one grandstander maybe. You might have one grandstander.
One member of Congress, Republican Thomas Massie of Kentucky, hinting he'll call for a recorded vote on the coronavirus rescue, forcing at least 216 lawmakers back to Washington to vote in person. Michigan's Fred Upton tweets, "I'm driving back to D.C. to help get this thing over the finish line." Arizona's Ruben Gallego, "I am jumping on the red eye tonight." Dean Phillips of Minnesota calls it a principled but terribly misguided stunt that'll cost taxpayers $200,000.
We have members who are quarantined. We have members who have challenges with airlines that are getting their flights canceled.
At stake, $1,200 checks for Americans and billions for unemployment, hospitals, businesses, and state and local governments. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she's confident it will pass today.
We expect to have a voice vote on it, but if we don't, we'll be prepared for whatever it is.
Scrambling to save the economy and Americans running out of cash. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
Wall Street is pointed towards a lower open this morning after stocks railed yesterday. Investors looking past the major surge in the number of people filing for unemployment as the total didn't top the dire forecast. They focus instead on the $2 trillion stimulus bill that's expected to pass the House today. The Dow posted its biggest three-day percentage gain since 1931, but still on the pace for its worst month since the financial crisis back in 2009. Overpricing. Attorney generals across the nation are trying to put a stop to it. Grab another cup of coffee. There's more to come on Daybreak.
And now, Daybreak continues.
Rise and shine, it's Friday. Time now is 6:19. March Madness is getting canceled and it's impacting more than just athletes and disappointed fans. Colleges across the nation will now go without the money typically generated from the tournament. The NCCAA lost about $375 million that is planned to distribute to 350 schools. Wealthier colleges say they won't likely be affected by the loss, but for others, it could mean cutting games or even teams from their sports programs. More than 30 attorney generals calling out big names not doing enough to stop price gouging. Amazon, Walmart, Facebook, and eBay are responding. The attorney generals who sent this letter have thousands of reports from people that are suspected to price gouging. The U.S. Public Interest Research Group is pushing the online marketplace to do more. Amazon says it's already putting in manual audits of products. It's also working with more than 40 states' attorney generals to share the information to hold price gouges accountable. Walmart says it's putting a price freeze on certain products like hand sanitizer, cleaning supplies earlier this week at stores. It says it's watching prices on the websites and it will automatically unpublish items for third-party sellers that will appear to be price gouging. Facebook also says it put several automatic detection mechanisms in place to block and remove listings. eBay is taking significant measures to block or remove items. People with student debt can stress a little less under the new stimulus deal. Federal student loan payments will be put on hold for the next 6 months. Your loan provider will automatically suspend them. So don't do anything. You don't need to do anything. Any interest that occurs will be waived. Now, if you are part of the government's public service loan forgiveness program, you won't be penalized for not making payments over the next 6 months. Private loans aren't included in this, so if you have a private loan, you should contact your server or service and see how they can help. Airbnb is stepping up with a plan to help workers on the coronavirus front lines. The company says it will start offering free or subsidized housing to health professionals and first responders. Airbnb says that countless hosts have reached out to asking them for help in the way. So the home rental company is also working to contact its nonprofit partners, hosts, and government agencies to make it possible. The goal is to house at least 100,000 of these workers around the world. The homes will be first inspected, of course, by Airbnb approved medical experts to make sure they meet the standards of cleanliness.
Good morning, and it's Friday. If you're going out for lunch, it'll be sunny, but it'll also be breezy as well. 38 degrees by 5 p.m. Heading home, mild temperatures, partly cloudy skies, 49 degrees, and by tonight, windy conditions will continue. 40 degrees for 10 p.m. tonight. Temperatures waking up in the 20s and 30s in West Yellowstone, 4 below zero. Dillon at 16 degrees and Baker at 38 degrees. Most of the state temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s. Havre, mostly sunny skies, 50 degrees. Opine, 45 degrees. Hinesdale, 50 degrees. Fort Peck, 50 degrees. Jordan at 51 degrees. Roy, 49. Denton, 48. Mostly to partly sunny skies will stick around the state for today going into tomorrow. Today, partly cloudy skies for around the capital, 48 degrees. And I'll have another look at your 7-day forecast after the break.
We love hearing from you, but this time we went out in the streets of Helena to find out how one family is spending their time at home. It's time to wake up and get your day started. You're watching Daybreak. See you after the break.
You're watching Daybreak.
Rise and shine, it's Friday. Time now is 6:26. The Hollister Museum of Art may be closed to the public, but they're working hard to bring people together, even when they're not stuck at, or they are stuck at home alone. Home Alone Together is a new virtual exhibit that features artists, poets, writers, creators, makers working at home, and they're currently working on. So this exhibit service has a few functions. It showcases and helps artists, helps the museum, and it's relevant during a difficult time, and it virtually brings people together and hopefully helps them feel less alone. There's also Rosemary Howell says during this time of isolation like this, creating something like this can have a huge beneficial impact. So that's nice. But I think we have like a special little video. So obviously, we like to hear from you.
Yes.
We want you guys to send us in videos or pictures or whatever it is that you guys are doing home alone. But this time, Asia Ray had to go out in the streets and go find the video herself.
Yes, and this guy, actually, he was, his family, they were learning all day, and he said, you know what, he wanted to remind his kids that you still can have fun as well. So this was their recess, and I was driving around, and I'm like, can I please get this video? And his kids were excited, so I'm gonna send this over to them once we finish.
I think that's pretty creative, and might I say, they have some pretty good hockey skills there. Maybe we have some future players.
I know. I agree.
They're in the driveway.
Yes, but let's look at the 7-day. For today, we'll have average, almost slightly above average temperatures for this time of the year. 48 degrees. Tomorrow, 55 degrees. Sunday, mostly cloudy skies, and we'll have light snow showers. 58 going into the work week. Temperatures at 60 degrees for Helena. Partly cloudy skies. 49 degrees Saturday, 56 of mountain snow showers, and Tuesday is when we'll have our next weather maker into the Treasure State.
In our next half hour, Governor Steve Bullock says stay home this weekend, and that's an order. There's more to come when Daybreak continues. Stay with us. This morning on Daybreak, Northwestern Energy is asking Montanans to give crews some space, and they'll do the same. Plus, stay at home, and that's an order by Governor Steve Bullock. It's Filing Friday, and your morning news starts right now.
This is Daybreak.
Good morning, and thank you for joining on this Friday. I hope you're awake now. I mean, the sun is almost coming up. Right?
Yes, and you know, no, well, 7:20-ish.
Almost.
So almost. Yes.
We have a. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I keep interrupting.
Yes.
But I gotta say, you gotta stay tuned because we have a little project for them to do.
Yes, we do. And Phoenix and I are like the season. She's dressed spring-like, and I'm letting you guys know with this turtleneck, winter temperatures is still with us. But let's look, we're not the only ones that's staying inside. We have a viewer, she sent us a picture. Haley Peterson, look at Charlie.
I know, I love him. He is so cute
To come outside.
Yeah.
And he gets the little sad eyes like, let me out, let me out. But these temperatures are going to be pretty below freezing for the morning hours. The western portion of the state getting a mixed rain snow for the morning hours, but it's going to be fairly mild. Temperatures in the 20s, 30s, Dillon at 16 degrees, West Yellowstone 4 below zero, and here we blow again. Today is going to be a windy day, and it's the warm before the storm because winter, the season is over, but winter temperatures and when the winter weather is still with us, and I'll tell you more about that in the full forecast. Back to you, Phoenix.
Governor Steve Bullock announced the first death from COVID-19 in Montana. The governor said, quote, "I am heartbroken to learn of Montana's first death due to COVID-19, especially during these times. Montana truly is one big, small town. This news hits us hard, but we're in this together. My family and I send our love and support to the family and friends and community of the fellow Montanan. Local health officials are not releasing any details at this time, including where the person lived, because they're still contacting family members." The state also saw another significant increase in the cases of coronavirus. New numbers released late afternoon yesterday show the state had confirmed at least 90 cases, and at least 7 of those patients had to be hospitalized. Gatling County currently has the highest number of cases in the state with 38. Governor Steve Bullock announced a statewide stay-at-home order to curb the spread of the virus yesterday afternoon. This order will take effect beginning just after midnight on Saturday morning and will extend until April 10th. Now, what does this in-place shelter mean? A stay-at-home order? Like, what does it all mean? It clearly just means you're just supposed to stay at home, unless you need to run an essential business or have an essential activity outside, like going to the grocery store. The governor has also put a list of the essential activities and exactly what they are. He noted he came to this decision after consulting with the healthcare professionals and hospitals around the state and are urging the governor to take this action.
In consultation with public health experts, healthcare providers, and emergency management professionals, I've determined that to protect public health and human safety, it's essential to the maximum extent possible that individuals stay at home or at their place of residence.
Towards the end of his presentation, he did say he'd rather be accused of overreacting than having our healthcare system in Montana overrun. Now, Northwestern Energy is asking everyone to give its crews 6 feet of space or more for social distancing, and they'll do the same, which also means crews will not enter customers' property except under very limited circumstances. Customers are asked to contact heating, ventilation, and air conditioning service professionals and to relight pilot lights and to check operating conditions of their heating and cooling system and water heaters. Crews will continue to respond to carbon monoxide concerns, complete new service connections and incidents when service lines are damaged. Northwestern Energy is also temporarily suspending most disconnections and late fees for households and small businesses that are facing hardship because of the pandemic. Now, if you have any more questions about your bill, you need to call the number that's on your screen, and that is 888-467-2669 or 1-800-245-6977. Montana Fish and Wildlife Parks remind hunters that the deadline to apply for deer and elk licenses for non-residents and everyone else is April 1st. The purchase deadline for spring black bear is April 14th without a 24-hour wait. Hunters who are applying for special licenses or permits, you will need to do this online at fwp.mt.gov. Licensed buyers can still purchase their license online from any licensed provider. To protect the public and staff from the spread of COVID, FWP temporarily did close. However, their phone lines are open, and the number right there is on your screen, which is 406-444-2950. Cascade County issuing a revised order late yesterday to respond to coronavirus. The Health County officer, Tricia Gardner, is extending and modifying the order of health originally set to expire today. All bars, breweries, casinos, dine-in restaurants are closed now through Friday, April 10th. The order now also includes tattoo and piercing shops, hair and nail salons, and space and massage services, especially those with state license, and physical therapy, or if you need to go to chiropractic clinics. McLean Cameron Animal Adoption Center is hoping to get more animals into loving homes in the next 24 hours. They're hosting a special Clear the Center adoption, and it's happening today only. The Release Center says the number is to get them all to a home is their number one priority. They want to have them have loving and forever homes. They're hosting this special adoption today to get all these animals adopted. But they are going to have to close their doors, and that order goes into effect tomorrow, which is Saturday. There will be a $10 to adopt a cat and $25 to adopt a dog. So when they are only open today, this is the last day they're going to be open. They're going to be open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And again, they will be closed tomorrow until further notice. And just because your gym sessions are on hold doesn't mean your fitness has to be. For those wanting to exercise while, of course, practicing social distancing, Studio Bar in Great Falls is offering online bar classes instead of taking classes in studio. The in-class members log into the Studio Bar website for a workout on the web. And these are being offered franchise-wide, allows exercisers of any age to stay active while also staying safe from the coronavirus. So it's great, even if you're not in Great Falls, even if you're down here in Helena, wherever you are, you can join in on these web classes, which is pretty neat. Fitness classes offer more than just physical benefits, and if you're already a member and you'd like to try an online bar class, you can. But again, if you want to try it out, your first one is free, and you just need to head over to our website for more information. After Great Falls went into a state of emergency last week, many local businesses were forced to close their doors, but one downtown art studio is redesigning their business model to keep their workers and customers employed during this time. As the only painting studio of its kind in Great Falls, Brush Crazy wasn't sure how they were going to handle the city's state of emergency, but since many of their projects use instruction sheets and materials that are suitable for transportation, the business owners decided to keep their brushes in motion from now until the end of the coronavirus pandemic. Painters of any age can pick up a paint kit to use at their home. These include standard cabin fever kit, that's hilarious because I'm sure many of you folks at home are having that, and canvas with primary colors, an Easter egg kit, and rabbit figurines. And also they have the custom option of designing their own kit out of any materials they like. Well, that's very sweet. Definitely will keep you busy at home. The Montana Office of Public Instruction has been working on ways to support school districts as they respond to COVID-19 closures. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian talked to Superintendent about the steps they have taken.
Montana Superintendent of Public Instruction Elsie Arnson says the response to coronavirus has brought unprecedented changes for schools in the state.
Now we are remote learning across our state, and that looks so unique. From a very small setting, very rural school, to a very large school setting that we have.
She says the Office of Public Instruction has been in regular contact with school districts, administrators, teachers, and others since Governor Steve Bullock announced on March 15th that public schools would close. Arnson said her office has been working on securing a series of waivers to make sure school districts have flexibility to respond. One of the first waivers from the U.S. Department of Agriculture allowed districts to distribute school meals to go. Another from the state gave more flexibility in transportation funding.
What that means then, meals can be delivered with a school bus. Packets of information from teachers can be delivered, as well as we can have technology being delivered.
On Thursday, the State Board of Public Education met to consider officially asking the federal government for a waiver from standardized testing requirements.
It's a constraint at this point in time in delivering remote education.
The changes could also have an effect on high school students, especially those close to graduating. OPI and the Montana University system already announced juniors will be able to take the ACT free in the fall instead of the spring. Arnson said they are working with other states to make sure the change doesn't harm students looking to go to college out of state. When it comes to graduation, she said school boards will have the authority to waive some of the requirements if necessary.
I believe that is a perfect model of not just allowing one or two students that unique opportunity, but it could be an entire graduating class.
In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
The superintendent also said she will also be closely watching any legislation passed by Congress that will provide additional support for education. Governor Bullock's school closure order currently runs through April 10th. Well, still to come on Daybreak, parents, listen up. We have some fun science activities you can do, and you can add it to your lesson plan. And it's okay if you have a little fun too. It's Friday. See you after the break.
Charlie is not the only thing ready to come out. The sun is ready to show its face. I'll tell you more about that in the full forecast after the break.
Daybreak continues with your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Good morning and happy Friday. What's on the menu today? Gusty winds and warm temperatures. We'll have some light snow showers going to be west of the divide. Also portions of southwest Montana. We'll see some light snow showers. The eastern portion of the state will stay fairly clear. Southeast Montana will get mixed rain snow, but these showers you see is going to be fairly mild, and it's going to continue until Saturday. Saturday we'll have mountain snow showers for around the capital. Dry, the eastern portion along the High Line in southeast Montana, fairly dry. Southwest Montana will get a few inches of snow, not much, no blizzard-like weather. That's for this past couple days. The road conditions are pretty clear thanks to yesterday's high pressure system cleared a lot of the roads away. For MacPass, roads is clear and dry for around Great Falls. The wind is now sustained at 13 miles per hour. So even though it's 27 degrees, it feels as if it's 16 degrees outside, and that wind will continue to whip across off the northern Rocky Mountain front, and also portions of along the High Line. Southwest winds will warm things up around here. For currently, Great Falls winds currently sustained at 13 miles per hour, Cut Bank 17 miles per hour, and for Lewistown, sun is starting to rise. And I have also something in store for you after I do this, finish this full forecast. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s, slightly windy conditions along the High Line. Temperatures for Saturday in the 40s and 50s. The wind will pick up on Sunday going into Monday. We'll have a cold front that'll bring mixed rain, snow, but look at northeast Montana in the 60s, 62 for Jordan, and Monday temperatures will remain fairly windy, fairly comfortable, and the wind will also increase. For Great Falls, 48 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and winter weather is on the way Tuesday. We'll have accumulating snow, that low 16, and for Wednesday, 25 degrees. for around Helena. Partly cloudy skies for today and also for tomorrow. Fast forward to the beginning of the next week, we'll have winter-like weather with us.
I know we're on the opposite sides of the fence here.
Yes.
Like the spring weather, you're still on the winter.
Yes.
But I just realized something. What we're about to show you next is the perfect time, because now you can do a little bit of spring activities and a little bit of winter activities later. But first, I want to say shout out to all the parents that are being teachers this week also. I know it's very hard and you guys are doing a great job. And so while we are socially distancing ourselves, you're the ones, I don't even know why I'm saying this, you're the one that has these fun ideas. So you guys can go explore outside while you're social distancing. But you know what? The thing is, you can also have a little bit of fun with this too,
Yes,
right?
and I agree. Well, this is actually showing different things that you can do with the students, and also you're being at home. You can blog and see what time the sun is rising, what time the sun is setting. Also, some things you can do since it's spring. Flowers are starting to sprout. You can also learn different types of flowers, and you can learn different phases of the moon, which is also good, especially with us now spring forward. And we'll also learn, if you're walking out, you can identify different flowers as well, nature flowers, tulips, and dandelions, and also daffodils.